Hey ladies and gentlemen, Duckville here, bringing you news flash containing critical information, news, hype, opinions and thoughts on any sorts of events, hype and drama happening in the StarCraft 2 community in a flash. In this news flash, we're going to be having a look at the first Dreamhack event of the year. It's going to be at Stockholm, 26th to the 27th of April, this coming weekend. It is going to be going off with a bang, I am sure. Of course, what we're going to have a look at in this news flash is the structure, the times, the prizes, the casting and the streams, a couple of play predictions from myself, and of course a few final shoutouts at the end. The structure of Dreamhack Stockholm this weekend, of course, our first cab off the rank, 26th and the 27th of April, of course. It is, with Dreamhack last season, the 2012 season, getting off to a wonderful start, and then, of course, finishing off with a bang at the end of the year. The guys at Dreamhack, of course, the wonderful boss there, Robert Olen, has been looking to expand the event. We've now, instead of being 64 players that it was previously, I believe it was 64, we have now moved up to 96 competitors for this first event in Stockholm. The 32 competitors with the highest seed will begin their tournament in the second group stage. Of course, this includes all of your favorites, such as many of the Korean players, Stefano, along with, you know, Huck and some of the other big foreign names. They'll be going through for group number 2, the second group stage. The other 64 competitors for the event will be battling in the first group stage, where the top 2 competitors will advance on to the second group stage and face the top seeds. So there is a very big opening bracket group stage, I suppose, for the first section of the event on day number 1. Of course, this all is done in a best of 3. When we get to group stage number 2, the competitors will be battling it out again from another best of 3 group stage section, and then the top 2 from that will be proceeding into the final bracket. There will be a single elimination round of 16 bracket on day number 2 at the end of the day, and of course, all of these matches will be played in a best of 3 up until the grand final, which I believe is in a best of 5. Of course, the next question you're asking is, when can I watch this event, Duckville? And I tell you what, it's starting very, very soon. Friday the 26th of April will be when our event will be kicking off. Of course, it starts at around about 1800 KST time. That's 6 PM if you're in Korea. If you're in CEST, it is 11 AM. If you're over in the US, it's 5 AM Eastern time, 2 AM Pacific time, and over here in Australia, that is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Of course, Saturday 27th will be the second day of event, featuring Group 2 stages, and of course the final battle of the 16 at the end. That'll be kicking off a little bit earlier, just half an hour earlier from those times mentioned previously. And of course, if you're in certain locations, of course, if you're here in Australia and sort of the Southeast Asian region for the grand final, you're looking at a wake-up time of around about 6 AM, which is something that no nerd wants to have to deal with. But if you want to see some wonderful players battling it out for the large prizes at the event, you'll have to wake up and see. And of course, the prizes is the next thing we'll talk about. Of course, the prize pool for the event is a big thing that players like to have a look at, and of course the viewers themselves always like to know how much is being played for right now. Of course, across the entire Dreamhack season this year, from April to November, the total prize pool is 1,200,000 SEK, and no matter which currency or language you look at that in, that is a lot of SEKs. And for the first event this weekend, we've got 175,000 SEK up for grabs. The distribution looking pretty good. They're trying to distribute it as best as possible. The Dreamhack guys doing a good job with that. First place winner gets 60,000 SEK, which is roughly 9,000 US dollars. Second place prize is 35,000 SEK, which is roughly $5,265 or thereabouts. Third and fourth place both get 20,000 SEK, which is roughly $3,000. Fifth to 8th place all get 10,000 SEK, which is roughly 1,500. Now, the important part to think about when you look at who comes first, second, third, and fourth is that the top 4 finishers will go through to the final event in the Winter Dreamhack Open on the 28th and 30th of November. So, you know, not only is there a bit of money up for grabs, but also the chance to play in the final event at the end of the year, which has a grand prize pool of 500,000 SEK. There is a wealth of talent and content available if you are looking to watch the Dreamhack streams. Of course, not content to sit by and just have one singular stream or maybe two singular streams look after the entire event, given how many players there are. The Dreamhack guys have put together a main stream featuring the likes of Apollo, Artosis, In Control, Take, and of course the wonderful Adabisi looking after the observing on the stream as well. There will also be up to 13 partner and community streams. These are all going to be available on Dreamhack.tv, but also on the Dreamhack team page at Twitch.tv. You can have a look at all of these streams there. Of course, all of these community streams, up to 13 streams, 7 different languages will be broadcast in, and of course some of those community streams include NASL, Cats, Nathanius, Millennium, Empire, and SC2 TV doing the Russian stream, Take doing a German stream, and ZSC doing a Polish stream. And if you are at home in Sweden and you're not able to make it to the event itself, of course you can jump onto SVT. The TV station will be streaming a lot of this event here, so you can always just catch it on your regular TV as well. Of course, we've got a lot of wonderful players competing in the event, not only in the opening stages in group stage number 1, but also, of course, the extras that will be coming through in group stage number 2. Of course, what we're going to do is list a couple of players from each of the races, then, of course, my top 3 picks for the event itself. And then, of course, we'll talk about a couple of players or effects that are running hot and running not. Of course, keep in mind that Violet from Team Azubu and Tarson are both out. Ziktamini and Sordov have been their replacements for the event. So let's talk about the Protoss players that'll be in this event and looking to make their mark. Of course, there is the very wonderful player of Baby Knight, of course, from Team Na'Vi. He'll be fighting through from group stage number 1, looking to see some good things from him. Mana will also be in the event as well. Of course, a wonderful Protoss player there who has always done a great job in the EU events. We'll be looking to see how he goes. MC will also be competing from his group, and we'll see how he goes. Always a dangerous player to keep an eye out for. The Obama Toss, we'll see how he goes. For the Terran camp, we've got Thor Zane, the previous champ, looking to perhaps make a mark there himself. Gumiho is also going to be at this event for Team FXO. Just an incredible Terran player for that team, and of course we'll be looking to him to do some magical things with mech and things like that as well. And of course, one of the big picks at the event will be Pult, currently playing for Team CM Storm. This guy has been tearing up just about everyone on ladder that he faces, and we'll see how he goes here in a different kind of setting, in a big event setting. Of course, no stranger to events, of course, winning the GSL Superstars tournament or whatever it was back in the day. And, of course, he'll be looking to make a mark here as well. For the Zerg players, the Heart of the Swarm, we've, of course, got J-Dong from Team EG. The Mighty Dong will be coming along, trying to exert his influence on this event. Stefano, also from EG, will be always looking good for the foreigner scene. We'll see if he can compete with the rest of the players here as well. Lenok is also going to be going across after a short stint in the GSL. He is now jetting across as quickly as he can for Dreamhack, and we'll see if he's going to be able to throw out some big plays there, of course, which we always expect of him. The top 3 players that I will be looking at to make it pretty high in this event are, of course, we've got CM Storm's Pult, Liquid Hero, and finally, I would expect to see Gumiho also come through as well. Now, the running hot and the running not. Let's have a look firstly at the running hot. Of course, we've got Liquid Hero has been doing a wonderful job in SPL lately for Team EGTL. We'll see if he's going to be able to translate that into some good work over here at Dreamhack Stockholm. There is also the Coach Park effect to take into effect. Look at that guy. I just need to put a picture up and you're scared of what could happen, and in fact perhaps some of your StarCraft skills have now improved as well. He's going to be standing there with his arms crossed, looking over the 5 EG competitors that will be at the event. J-Dong, Stefano, JYP, Huck, and of course Thorzane will be competing at the event, and hopefully Coach Park Effect will have some sort of look into how those guys go. A third running hot player that we're going to be looking at is Strelok. This guy did some mech versus Protoss at the EU WCS qualifiers, and I mean, you know, if that's not something to look at, then I don't know what is. But hopefully we'll get to see Strelok perhaps doing some more mech there if he's able to pull it out against some of these wonderful players that will be competing. That'll certainly be something good to look at. And of course, let's have a look at the running knot. The players and that, you know, will hopefully be seeing do some good work here because they've been a little bit flustered lately. We've of course got Huck from EG. Wonderful fan base, of course, many people, including myself, big fans of Huck. We're looking to see him pull out a pretty big win here, because, or if not a win, then at least a great placement, because this has been an event that he has won previously. He has been able to win the Dreamhack, I believe it was summer, a while ago. I can't actually remember exactly the details of it, but it was a long while ago. Will he be able to come across here and make this a comeback stage yet again with the Coach Park effect shining over him? Time will tell. There is, of course, Coca and Puzzle, the ex-Slayers boys, playing League of Legends for roughly the past 6 months or so. Will they still have the knack for some SC2? We'll be finding out in Dreamhack. Of course, Puzzle, a wonderful Protoss player. Coca, an excellent Zerg player as well. We'll see if they still do have it in the bag. And of course, one other thing that we're going to be looking to see some good work out of is Naniwa. Joining his new team, the Alliance, of course, with no Tide Hunter, the Dota 2 boys there. The Alliance will be looking for Naniwa to make a bit of a splash here at Dreamhack. Of course, he is no stranger to doing well at events, of course, MLGs, and of course having a little bit of a run in GSL and all these types of things. He's had a little bit of time off, it seems. Will he be able to make it back? Of course, we'll look out for Naniwa in Dreamhack Stockholm this weekend. And finally, a couple of special shout-outs from me personally. I would like to say a big shout-out and a big good luck to my good friend Flo. She's jetted over to Sweden to not only see someone special, but also to take a shot at Dreamhack herself. And while, after I asked her, would you rather fight a 100 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck, she made the wrong decision in my opinion. She wanted to fight a horse-sized duck, spoiler there. I'm certain she'll be able to give it a red-hot go when she is competing there in the group stages. Group stage number 1 she'll be fighting from, and we'll see if she is able to get some good wins going, of course. And speaking of ducks, let's look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. From Clan Duck comes Space Duck. Of course, as they say, ducks fly together, so I had to give a shout out to this guy. Just looking up at his ladder profile, I did find, presuming I found the right one, that he is a gold Protoss, so effectively he's a gold duck, and as we all know, gold duck is like one of the best Pokemon, so expecting him to do really well as along with that. Certainly we'll be looking to give it a shot too, and a big shout out to him. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find too much info, so I'm sorry Space Duck, but that's all I found on you. But either way, good luck with all of that to those two particular people, and of course the myriad of other players will be competing at the event. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful event and a wonderful experience as well. Please feel free, guys, below in the comments, post who you think, your top 3 from each race, your top 3 of the overall event, and of course who you think is running hot and running not, and we'll find out what the community thinks of all of those kinds of things. Of course, if you want to see some more information about the event, please jump on to open.dreamhack.se. You'll be able to find all of the group information, any other information you might need to know about Dreamhack over there. Of course, if you want to stay tuned to live results and these kinds of things, you can also jump on to wiki.teamliquid.net/StarCraft2. The Team Liquid wiki always updating as best as it possibly can with a heap of people that are really helping out with providing results and changes and those sorts of things. And of course, while I'm awake, because of course a lot of this Dreamhack event is on during the very, very early morning, and unfortunately I'm not that early morning, I'll be tweeting and just talking about some of the things going on at the event, some things on stream, perhaps some of the results as well if you would like. You can also catch me on twitter.com/DrLol. This has been a news flash for Dreamhack Stockholm, April 26-27, 2013. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Very soon. So this game this has been very standard. If you've been used to the way PvT played out in Wings of Liberty, this is all very standard for you. Of course, this is part of the way that this matchup hasn't really changed too much. As we